você gostar da minha historinha, faz um favor, curte o vídeo e se inscreva no canal. E boas fábulas!
Hello, brilliant minds. Welcome back to the channel, where we explore the bizarre intersection of hidden science and impossible ingenuity. Before we dive into the most mathematically ambitious goldfish ever conceived, please take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe. Your support helps us keep exploring these strange corners of the cosmos. Today, we're asking a question that sounds like the punchline to a joke, but carries the weight of serious physics. Could a goldfish learn to fly by calculating air currents? Forget the simplistic image of a fish flopping desperately onto a carpet. We are talking about sustained, calculated gliding, a deliberate traversal of the second great fluid medium, the atmosphere. To understand this, we must meet our theoretical protagonist. Let's call him Archimedes. Archimedes is not just observing, he is calculating. Fish live in a high-density, high-viscosity world. Their relationship with fluid dynamics, hydrodynamics, is absolute. But Archimedes, looking up through the distorted lens of the water-air interface, realized that air, while infinitely less dense, was still governed by the same foundational principles: pressure differentials, laminar flow, and lift. Archimedes' first challenge wasn't flight itself, but understanding the boundary layer. The water surface isn't a solid barrier, it's a tension field. For any object to transition from water to air with enough velocity to maintain lift, it must first overcome surface tension without losing too much kinetic energy. This requires a critical vertical launch velocity, far exceeding the typical panic jump. But the real genius lies in the air calculation. For sustained flight, even gliding, Archimedes needs lift. And since he cannot generate mechanical propulsion like a bird, he must exploit the atmosphere's subtle power sources. He begins by observing the convection currents generated by the tank's nearby heat sources, perhaps a desk lamp, or the slight temperature gradient from a passing human body. These are miniature thermal updrafts. To a genius goldfish, the air in the room is not static, it's a living, flowing landscape of energy. Archimedes uses his highly sensitive lateral line system, which typically detects pressure changes in water, to anticipate the micro-turbulence and low-pressure zones immediately above the tank. He's looking for a temporary vacuum, a place where the ambient pressure drops just enough to give his leap a slight aerodynamic advantage. His primary tool for flight maintenance is his fins. While a normal goldfish's fins are optimized for propulsion and braking in water, Archimedes adapts them into rudimentary airfoils. Imagine the pectoral fins, usually used for stability, becoming cambered wings capable of capturing the lift generated by a localized breeze, a micro-gust of air conditioning, or the displacement caused by a door opening. First, calculate the required launch velocity, v_crit, needed to break surface tension and achieve maximum height. Second, simultaneously plot the trajectory against the existing thermal updraft angle, theta_t, to maximize the initial height gain. Third, while airborne, constantly adjust the angle of attack, AOA, of the pectoral fins to capture the prevailing cross breeze using the Bernoulli principle. Faster air over the curved upper surface creates lower pressure, generating lift. And fourth, plan the eventual trajectory for a safe re-entry, ideally back into the tank, using the humidity gradient near the water's edge as a navigational beacon. This isn't random jumping, it's biological engineering perfected through observation. The goal is to maximize the time spent airborne, converting kinetic energy from the leap into sustained potential energy carried by the thermal columns. Each jump becomes a calculated risk, a micro-migration across the living room carpet desert. While this scenario is highly theoretical, goldfish lack the necessary muscle mass and wing structure for true sustained flight. It beautifully illustrates how mastery of physics, and obsessive observation of one's environment, is the ultimate key to defying biological limits. The goldfish's lesson isn't about flying, but about recognizing that the rules of motion are universal, regardless of the medium. Archimedes, the aquatic mathematician, proves that the barrier between water and sky is not density, but lack of imagination. He uses the fundamental forces of the universe, lift, pressure, and flow, to momentarily transcend his tank. So, the next time you look at a simple creature, remember that genius is often just hidden in plain sight, waiting for the right calculation to break the rules. What other impossible feats could be solved by applying universal physics? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this exploration fascinating, please ensure you are subscribed to the channel and have turned on notifications. We have many more secrets waiting to be calculated. See you next time.